But here he has to keep his hands at home on defense a lot because Floyd is throwing so many punches at him. Like that.
Another blistering straight right hand from Mayweather. He started to mix the left hook in a little bit more in the last couple of rounds. And by mixing the left hook in more, he set up the right hand again.
That was a hard right hand to the body. Don't often see that. Mayweather has great discipline and great intuition in the ring. That's where that right hand to the body comes from.
Right. Watch your head.
Banging of heads. Mayweather grimaced and keeps feeling his right eyebrow to see whether there's blood. There's none. He comes out and rakes Mitchell with a left hook.
Good left hook by Floyd.
Step back, step back.
Quick, precise. Hitting a moving target as it's coming in.
Charmba can't win this fight on the outside like this. I don't know why he won't just go ahead and try to fight because he's getting picked apart out here.
Roy, do you think that Mayweather has the power to impose himself on a real strong welterweight?
Yes, he
Second
does.
knockdown. This time the knockdown is on a body shot. We've seen a lot of knockouts on body shots in recent years. Mitchell's in no hurry to get up, and that's that.
I think Richard Steele saw the territory in front of us. Mitchell tried, but he was behind. If this round had counted, you think with one punch, Roy, he can hurt a strong welterweight?
Not a full-fledged welterweight. It'll take him an accumulation like he's been doing. For Charmba to take his punch that well showed you that a person that's been in the welterweight division will take his punch a little bit better than that.
Let's make it specific. Should he fight Antonio Margarito, who is the strongest of the welterweights, I think?
Yeah, he should. There was a straight right hand to the body. Charmba Mitchell was not ready for that punch. He already was getting very fatigued, and he knew it wouldn't be but a matter of time at this point.
Another look.
Straight right hand to the body. Best punch against the southpaw. Caught him when he wasn't ready. Caught him right in the middle of the punch, too.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxing Ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Floyd Mayweather versus Charmba Mitchell, eerily similar to Jermell Charlo and how he got his body shot knockout versus Jeison Rosario. And I'm sorry, yo. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, I just got the Zelle. You know, I guess my bank has a partnership with them. Just put in my email address, which is in the description, directed by Ego, EGO, directed by Ego @gmail.com. And that's another great way to support the channel. Also, click ESPN Plus, the link in the description. These things help the channel continue to grow and pump out content like this. Now, I'm back. Yesterday, I did a video. There's a lot of haters Jermell Charlo's getting for his KO over Jeison Rosario. Some people were saying it was a fake KO and the fix was in and yada, yada, yada. But a lot of people don't know ish about boxing. Like I always tell you, Roger Mayweather voice. Rest in peace to the God, the Black Mamba, Roger Mayweather. Now, that clip at the beginning, you know, I don't even have to talk too much because the clip showed you what it was. Floyd Mayweather, in his first fight at welterweight, went up in weight from where he was. He was at 140 or whatnot. And he moved up in weight and he fought Charmba Mitchell. And he got a knockout in a very similar fashion, the stab to the body, where Charmba Mitchell, he started protesting at the end of it. He was protesting the stoppage, but it was definitely a rightful stoppage by Richard Steele. And there was no excuse. Charmba Mitchell was gassed and, you know, he was getting beat up and picked off. So it was a great win for Floyd Mayweather. Now, another interesting thing is if you listen to that broadcast, this is why some people later on down the career of Floyd Mayweather, when he went off on Larry Merchant, he's like, yo, give me someone else. HBO need to fire your ass. You don't know shit about boxing. When he did that, some people, they act like Floyd was just ranting and it made no sense. But if you listen, Larry Merchant was always a skeptic and he was always hating on Floyd Mayweather. In this broadcast, again, play the beginning back again and listen after this video, after I announce what I'm going to say. But if you listen to it, Larry Merchant, because this was, again, Floyd's first fight at welterweight, he kept saying, oh, does Floyd have the power? Does Floyd have the power? He said it in the fight before the stoppage. He said, does Floyd have the power to really hurt this guy? And then seconds later, Floyd Mayweather stopped Sharmba Mitchell with a vicious body shot after he had been picking him off, you know, and dominating the fight. Right? Then after the fight was over, Larry Merchant introduced this same question. Does Floyd have one punch knockout power to really hurt these welterweights? But we just seen Floyd stop Sharmba Mitchell, a welterweight, in his first fight at welterweight. He did what he wanted. He was surgical and it was a great performance. So that's why one of the reasons Floyd went off on Larry Merchant. Now, you got to ask yourself, Floyd Mayweather, you know, people are questioning the Jermell Charlo knockout. We already knew that both Charlo brothers were definitely heavy-handed. So comparatively speaking, Floyd Mayweather moved up in weight, fought Sharmba Mitchell, an experienced guy, right? And a guy who was also bigger than him. If you look at the tail of the tape, and I'll try to flash it on the screen, they both came in, you know, at the welterweight. Floyd was 147. And then Sharmba Mitchell came in a little bit lighter, 145 and a quarter. But he was the bigger guy who had been fighting at the bigger weights. And Mitchell rehydrated to 155. So he weighed more than Floyd. Floyd didn't even touch 150, yet Floyd was piecing up Sharmba Mitchell and got the stoppage his first fight at welterweight, right? So it's funny how a lot of people don't know ish about boxing. They don't know the history. History repeats itself. Jermell Charlo and Jermall Charlo as well, they both have been known as power punches in the game. They've been known as power punchers. So if Floyd can move up in weight and have proper punch placement and, you know, just good technique, then why is it so out of the realm to think that Jeison Rosario, you know, why would people just immediately jump to Jeison Rosario fixed the fight and threw the fight when we know the Charlos are heavy-handed and he had just been clobbered like a round or two before that? Like the stoppage was in the beginning of the 8th and he had gotten badly wobbled in the last stanza, the last 5 seconds or so of round 6. So he had one slow round after that in the 7th round, and there wasn't too much going on from either guy. So yeah, it could appear that he regained his senses, but the first meaningful shot that Jermell threw in round 8, boom, he clearly hadn't recovered. You know what I'm saying? And I think this Mayweather fight, go watch the fight too. You can find it on YouTube. I can't play it for copyright reasons, but I think this is an excellent example of, you know, a body shot knockout in the same exact fashion. You know, a lot of people are going out and saying this and that and stuff. They even said on the telecast for HBO that this is rare that you see a body shot knockout in that fashion, but it does happen. Roy Jones stopped people to the body. Virgil Hill, he even put it in the song. See, that's what I'm saying. I know a lot of guys don't know they boxing because Roy put it in the song. Y'all must have forgot. He said, stop Virgil Hill with a body shot. Y'all must have forgot, right? So this absolutely can happen. And if you know anyone who boxes or spars or whatever, been in there, they say body shots are some of the most brutal and paralyzing shots out there. I used this example before. Tim Bradley was not known as the biggest welterweight puncher. He didn't stop Pacquiao in 3 fights. He didn't stop Diego Chavez, etc. But a tough man in Brandon Rios with a good game plan, he was able to have enough power to stop Brandon Rios. Because if you know anything about boxing in the sweet science, you know, strategy, game plan, mental awareness, ring generalship, all these things factor in. And when it comes to body shots, it doesn't even take the most force to stop someone to the body if you have good timing or great timing and a well-placed shot to the breadbasket. So I had to debunk it again. You know, just listen to the telecast again. Watch the fight with Floyd Mayweather, Sharmba Mitchell. It was virtually the same type of thing. you know. And if Mayweather can move up from 40 to 47, the guy rehydrates to 155 and get a stoppage, then why is it unfathomable to see Jermell Charlo get a stoppage in the same way, knowing he's heavy-handed for that weight class, and he stopped a lot of guys like Harrison in the rematch, like Erickson Lubin in 1 round, Charles Hatley, an experienced amateur. Why is this even a question? So once again, there's more people hating on Lions Only and hating on the brand and acting and trying to take this to somewhere it wasn't. If you listen to the alternate camera angle in the arena, it sounded like a gunshot when Mel hit Rosario with the punch. You can hear the acoustics of it, and it sounded like a forceful punch. So I seen a lot of people, they were sending me comments and stuff saying, hey, but you said Canelo versus Kovalev, that looked fixed, or it looked FAF. So why are you not saying that here? So let me get this straight. The logic is now, because I observe one fight A like this, that fight B, which is a totally different fight with different mechanics, I just got to say the same thing. That's like if you watch a great movie like The Departed or Pulp Fiction, and you watch another movie like Dude, Where's My Car, and you got to give it the same movie review, and they're 2 separate movies, 2 separate genres, 2 separate styles of movies and different levels of acting. Why would I compare Ashton Kutcher and Dude, Where's My Car, or a movie like that, you know what I mean, Half Baked, to Denzel Washington in the autobiography of Malcolm X, the Spike Lee joint? Come on, man. Y'all got to be smarter than that. So I had to bake another one. The Mayweather Sharmba Mitchell, watch the fight. You guys heard the beginning. They were saying everything in the telecast. Roy Jones, an actual fighter, he was telling you. He said, Sharmba Mitchell, he got caught with a punch. He wasn't ready for it, and he went down. He was already starting to fatigue. Boom, boom, boom. Same goes for Rosario. He had already been dropped at least twice. He was hurt badly in the 6th round, so, you know, literally a round and a half before that, and he was buzzed, and he didn't fully recover. Sometimes it takes a second for pain to kick in, you know. Having the slow round 7, Jermell probably could have stopped Jeison Rosario in the 7th round if he pressed the issue, but it was a very mature performance by Jermell Charlo, and he took his time. You know, he gave Rosario the respect. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous foe. So that shows intelligence from Jermell Charlo. He could have just tried to jump on him and execute him, but it was smart because he still got the same outcome, and he gave him the respect. He might be dangerous, wounded animal dangerous. So I actually give Jermell a lot of credit for even putting it all together like this. He was very composed. Rosario was winning some rounds and spots of the fight. He had a crazy presence and an extreme pressure, and Jermell figured it out. Shout out to Derek James and Jermell Charlo, also his brother Jermall Charlo. The doubleheader was lit. Showtime October 3rd. They're doing a replay, and I had a great time. The Boxing Ego Watch Party, BWP. Make sure you guys, send your donations. We out here working. We out here working for boxing. So again, I had to make this video and debunk a lot of the noise that we're hearing about this is fixed. Ask anybody who's been hit with the well-placed body shot and tell me if it's not paralyzing, and tell me if it didn't bring them to their knees. You've seen it with Mayweather Sharmba Mitchell. You've seen Virgil Hill when he fought Roy Jones. Arturo Gatti had a knockout to the body as well. And you've seen it here with Jermell Charlo. And again, just so you guys know, we do education over here as well. A body shot, if it's well timed and well placed to the breadbasket, bah, you don't even have to have like the most threatening punch. People would think this is a Creed movie where the punches that look crazy and cinematic and people's whole body twirling and stuff, they think that's actually, the punch that if it doesn't look like that, then it wasn't a hurtful punch. But you hear actual fighters and boxers and stuff, they say the punch you don't see, like, I don't even know what happened, I just got hit, you know what I mean? Or the punch you didn't expect, and that's what happened, no more, no less. Shout out to the Charlos, Lions Only. Keep running your mouth, keep running your mouth. Boxing Ego debunked. We working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.